Okay, we're going to start with a technique today. Something I like to do when the Pervian necktie got really popular again. Of course, like everybody, I was kind of getting the itch to try to make it work and rolling and whatnot. Knowing the technique and teaching it, I've known it for a while. I've known it since back in old school days. It had a different name, but anyway, it didn't work for me then, and it still doesn't work for me. I'm short and stubby, and I just don't tend to have the right kind of angles or the leg length, and I never am able to make the Pervian necktie work for me, but I use it as a setup sweep to another submission. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. A lot of times when I'm here, and I just basically get, a lot of times I just get kind of locked in on this, this single guy's kind of in on a leg or whatever, and I find myself transitioning to the Pervian necktie. Generally, I just get an S grip. For me, one thing I like to do is before I start this technique is I actually use the mat to post. Okay, it helps me helps me to elevate my hips a little bit. I actually picked that tip up on someone's YouTube video, but it really helped my game because a lot of times for me it just didn't feel right to just launch my weight up without some sort of a post to create some momentum. So when I'm here, a lot of times, I've sprawled out and I'm kind of getting this, this head and arm here, and I keep my ear down. Now, when I'm here and I post and I come up, I had no problem getting this leg over, okay? That was never the issue. I'm going to switch sides real fast. Turn this way. I never had a problem getting, this leg up. When I would post, come up easy. That was no problem. The problem I always have is when I try to get the second leg over here. By this point, he's already rolled on me typically. There, okay? And I lose it every time, okay? So for me, what I wanted to do was learn how to bait the Pervian necktie and almost use the leg that goes over the head as my fulcrum to set up the sweep, okay? So from here, when I get in this position, and I'm in this position here again with the S grip, I give him lots of chest pressure so he doesn't really feel a lot of what I've got going on. Keep my ear bolted down. Post the ground, pinching my elbows together. This leg comes over. Now, when I sit, I put weight on this leg and flip. Now from here, I quickly bite down. You can see where I'm going with this. Go ahead and drop this leg. I immediately bite this here. So I've gone here, I punch and thread. Now from here, I start walking into him to set up the Anaconda choke. Okay, very simple. Opponent, what I'll do is, once I've gotten to this position, I've got ear pressure, I've got my elbows tight, I've hit this S grip. Okay, I've sprawled off of a single. When I use that sprawl, a lot of times I'll post my hands like I'm setting up an arm bar. And I'll let this leg drop over the head and use that to whip the guy up. And sometimes you can even have this foot inserted inside like a half butterfly. And when I go back, I'll use this leg to sweep. Okay? But when you sweep, as they're rolling over, that's when you got to hit this. You can't wait for him to land and start to counter. As I'm sweeping him in the air, it's almost like I wait to hear him land. And as he's going over and I hear boom, all I do is hit. I just punch it hard and trap. And then from here, you're just going to start walking around to secure. Okay? So, one more time. When I'm in this position, I'm going to turn you this way. Alright, he's shot in for a single. I've got the underhook, I've sprawled, I get my grip, but I remember to keep your elbows tight. You don't want him to hit us, you don't want him to sit out on you or anything. So I keep this locked for a second. When I punch the ground, I pinch my elbows to keep it locked still. I come up. Now from here, as I'm dropping, I lift. There. That's when I hit it. Okay? I reach, try to grab his lat, and start walking around until I get the tap. Okay? For you guys that are short and stubby like me, that's the best way I found to use the Pervian in my game. You guys might have a better way of doing this to where someone like me can probably hit it. If you do, definitely let me know because I like the submission, but typically I have to hit it on